Alright, so 2015 is over and I haven't done the top 7s yet. There's a couple of reasons for that. There's a couple of movies that I have not seen yet from 2015 that was kind of like left over because they haven't been released in a wide release yet. But I'll be seeing both of those movies this weekend. And there's also a few movies that I've already seen, but I haven't done reviews of them yet, so I'm going to wait to do those before I do the top 7s. So most likely sometime next week, I'll start doing the top 7s. But for now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my most anticipated movies for next year, or I guess this year now. I was going to do a top 7, but then I looked at the list and I was like, there's actually a lot more that I'm looking forward to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at IMDb's coming soon list and I'll talk a little bit about each movie. So for January, there's actually a couple movies from 2015 that I just mentioned that I'm going to be seeing this weekend. That's The Revenant and Anomalisa, which they're not 2016 movies, so we'll skip over them right now. So the first movie that I'm actually going to see this month, which is, oh god, North of the North. It's an animated movie, and I plan to see like every animated movie every year while I'm doing this channel. So yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna review it, but I'm not gonna like it. I mean, from the trailer, I'm probably not gonna like it. There's also Kung Fu Panda 3 coming out later this month, which I hope is really good because Kung Fu Panda 1 was good, Kung Fu Panda 2 was amazing. So I'm hoping this will actually be good too. Then in February we have a Coen Brothers film, Hail Caesar, which I've seen the trailer of, and it looks really interesting. It's kind of talking about the sort of the live-action epics from like the 50s and 60s, and it stars like a lot of people like Channing Tatum and George Clooney and Scarlett Johansson, and it looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. Then also in February we have Deadpool, which does look very promising. And that same weekend we have Zoolander 2, which the first Zoolander was like a cult hit. So this one is probably like going to be a cult hit, but I don't know. Maybe the fan base has grown a lot more since then. Then later in February, we have that weird Gods of Egypt movie, which stars Gerard Butler in it. It looks pretty interesting. I might go see it, but I'm not sure. Then in March, we have Zootopia, which I'm looking forward to a lot. We haven't had a movie with anthro characters like that for a while from Disney, so I'm looking forward to it. Then in March, we actually get The Little Prince releasing in the US, though I've already seen it. That's one that I'm actually going to review soon. Also in March, we have a big one, which is Batman v Superman. I'm not completely sure about that. I haven't even seen Man of Steel, so yeah, that's going to be interesting. Then in April, we have the Jungle Book remake. Oh boy, I'm gonna see it, but oh man, I just don't know. Maybe it'll be good, just these Disney live-action remakes I just do not get. Then in May, we have Captain America Civil War, which I'm looking forward to quite a lot. I always like the Captain America movies, so and this one looks really good, so I'm hoping it'll be good. Then in May, we also get the Angry Birds movie, which honestly doesn't look that bad. We'll see what happens with it. Also in May, we have X-Men Apocalypse, which I haven't seen the other two X-Men movies of the new ones. But I've heard they're really good, so I'll probably watch those and then watch this. And we also have the Alice in Wonderland sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass. I don't know well, I know why there's a sequel, because the first one made a lot of money. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be good, though. Then in June, we start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. Actually, they don't have a 2 on there. They just have the colon. Which, I mentioned in the podcast, it actually doesn't look that bad. It looks like a lot better than the first one, from the trailer at least. Then also in June, we get the Warcraft movie, which I'm not sure so far. The trailer looks good, but I'm not sure if it'll be amazing or anything. I just hope it's like good enough to where we'll start making more video game movies. More video game movies that are good, that is. Then in June, we also get Finding Dory, which I'm looking forward to probably the most out of every movie coming out this year. Probably because Finding Nemo is my favorite Pixar movie, and I would love to visit that world again. Then there's Independence Day Resurgence. So it's been like 20 years since the first Independence Day. So, and Jeff Goldblum's in it, so I'm looking forward to that. Then in July, we get the BFG, which is directed by Steven Spielberg. It's a Disney movie directed by Steven Spielberg, though they own Indiana Jones now, so I guess he kind of directed ones now. Then there's The Secret Life of Pets, which is by Illumination that made Minions and Despicable Me, but it looks kind of interesting from the trailer. We haven't seen a second trailer yet to see what it might actually be, because I know the Minions first trailer was kind of different from the rest of the trailers. Then there's also Ghostbusters in July, which I'm not really too sure about. I'm not the biggest fan of Ghostbusters or anything. I don't really care what the cast is. but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like anything I'd be that interested in. Then there's Star Trek Beyond, which I've seen the first new Star Trek, but I haven't seen the second new Star Trek, so I might see it though. There's also the fifth Ice Age, which I might see. I haven't seen the third or the fourth one, so yeah. Then in August we get Suicide Squad, which I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be interesting, I guess. Also in August we get Pete's Dragon, which I haven't seen the original Pete's Dragon, but I'll probably watch that before going to see this. Oh, we actually get a Leica film this year, Kubo and the Two Strings, which I did see the trailer for, and it looks really cool. Then in September we get Storks, which is a Warner Brothers animation movie. I saw the trailer for it, and I guess the concept's cool enough, I guess. Weird. And October, I don't really see much here. Though I did see there on another release calendar that there's this one horror movie that I'm actually interested in called the Monster Calls or something. Or A Monster Calls. Stars Liam Neeson in it. The premise sounded interesting. I'm not sure like why it's not listed here. Yeah, this is the summary for A Monster Calls. It's about a boy who seeks the help of a tree monster to cope with his single mom's terminal illness. So, it sounds pretty interesting to me. I'll probably go see that. Anyway, moving on to November, we get Doctor Strange, which I saw the image of with Benedict Cucumber, and he looks really good as Doctor Strange, so I'm looking forward to that. And also in November, we get Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is, I guess, the J.K. Rowling thing, like Harry Potter spin-off thing. I'm not even sure if that's, Wait, what? The Adventures of the Writer Newt Scamander in New York's secret community of witches and wizards 70 years before Harry Potter reads his book in school. Oh, okay, so it's like a prequel thing, I guess? Then the Thanksgiving week, we get Moana, which is another Disney movie I'm really looking forward to because I love like Pacific Island stuff. Then in December, we get Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which I'm looking forward to that too, definitely, because it's Star Wars. And we also get the Assassin's Creed movie, which I guess I'll go see. I've never really played the Assassin's Creed game, but there's a lot of video game movies coming out next year. Also, I didn't see Ratchet & Clank on this list. I'm not sure why, because that's coming out in like April, I think. But the last movie on here is Passengers, which is supposed to come out in December, and I really love the premise of this. It's about a spacecraft traveling to a distant colony planet and transporting thousands of people that has a malfunction in one of its sleep chambers. As a result, a single passenger is awakened 60 years early. Faced with the prospect of growing old and dying alone, he eventually decides to wake up a second passenger. And this actually stars Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt, which I'm interested to see, like, which one of them is the person who wakes up. I'm hoping it's Chris Pratt that wakes up. It's one of those sci-fi premises that really captures my attention. Anyway, those are all the movies that I'm probably going to go see this year. There's probably going to be a lot more. So out of the ones I just talked about, which ones are you most excited for? And if there's one that I didn't mention that you're excited for, please mention it in the comments. And I will see you next time. Bye. I'd like to give thanks to my patrons this month. Thank you so much for supporting me. It really helps out a lot. And if you'd like to support me, click the annotation for the Patreon link. And if you want more movie reviews, click the playlist. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.